Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fallout Equestria Pink Eyes. So, in the last part we did of this, there was a lot of backstory. We learned a lot about our character here. Little Pink Eyes here might not even be a living creature for all we know. They might be part robot. So, a lot of crud has kind of happened in the past 3 chapters that really gave us a lot of questions. So, maybe this chapter, I believe, is going to continue off of that last chapter we read when they went to the Salt City or the Dune City or whatever it was called. What was it called? The Sun City. The Sun City, where everybody was pretty much brainwashed there due to some sort of signal that radiated from the city. And that's why no one ever left. But Puppy Smiles was able to, because the suit, quote unquote, was keeping him alive and stuff. So it's interesting to think about. So chapter 10, Identity. In the desert you can remember your name, cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. Okay. No pain, no gain. Day 9, approximately 2 a.m, location Sun City downtown, Big 52. Fuck the headache, I can't sleep. Henrietta rubbed her sorry head. Puppy was a good aim and had a fair bit of strength when it came to throwing things. And now the young griffin was paying the toll of Puppy's skill. The day had been a hard one, with a lot of work dismantling the buildings in the other belt and bringing the materials to the residential area. If the young griffin hadn't had that wound, she would have been asleep like everyone else. Next time I see that yellow devil, I'm going to spank her so bad that her rump can be used as landing signal during foggy nights. Dang, dude, that's a sick burn. By the way, what was the foal doing in Sun City? The whole place was a trap, with that hypnotic buzz that could bend your will, and Henry's eyes widened in sudden realization as she muttered to herself, wait a single egg fucking second. The buzz is gone. The damn buzz is gone. I can think clearly. Yep, there it is. The mind control. I've got to get out of here. The half-eagle stood up, spreading her wings ready to take flight, but froze in place as soon as she noticed the other griffins. There were 5 of them in the room. 2 were the talents that she tried to lose by diving into this fucking place, while the other 3 had the talents tattoos but wore no armor and didn't appear to be armed. At last, it's payback time. A cruel grin appeared on Henry's beak while she unsheathed her bowie knife and stepped toward the first sleeping griffin. She was one of the unarmed ones, deeply sleeping because of her day's hard work. The young half-eagle moved slowly and silently like a serpent in the grass, approaching her victim from behind, ready to grasp her beak and slit her throat. Very slowly, she leaned over her victim's head, and then the vengeance-craving griffin noticed the eggs. Eggs! No, fuck, please, no. The fire in Henrietta's eyes died as she looked at the 2 eggs that the griffin was hugging in her sleep. Rage became hesitation, and the griffin's resolve shattered. Killing a mother in her sleep was beyond any hunger for revenge she had. But the other 4, on the other claw... The other 4 what? 2 were just victims of the place. One of them could have been the father of those eggs. Besides, they were totally unarmed and possibly didn't have anything against her. And the 2 that chased her inside Sun City were sleeping hard enough that she was going to be miles away when they realized that she was gone. What was the point in killing them like this? Not fair. I'm no backstabber. Henrietta turned on her tail and headed for the door, but stopped as she noticed a spot of pink at the corner of the room. Willie Fail, Stinky Male, or a name like that. Puppy's doll. Hell, she had almost forgotten about the doll. Oh, fuck, Puppy! Stupid featherhead. She had almost forgotten about the foal. Oh, god dang, I don't... that's funny. Sitting on the red shadows of the control room, Puppy was still confused. She had no idea about who could be that mayor's voice that visited her before Mr. Voice came back, but she wasn't sure if this newcomer was a pretty pony. Even thinking about that scary mare talking in her head was enough to send shivers down her back, and to make her hope that she wasn't going to return anytime soon. Luckily enough, Puppy was now in good company again, and this meant that whatever problem the mayor's voice could create, they would be far enough away to let Puppy think about more pressing matters. First things first, finding her a name, since Miss Voice was already taken. She's a she, so Miss is okay. And she is, scary? Scary voice? Sounds wrong. Puppy frowned. This was going to be a hard nut to crack. Head voice? Meh. Nightmare voice? Ooh, yeah, Nightmare Moon maybe. Maybe the spiritual parts of Nightmare Moon lived on and is up in that head somewhere. Too long. I know. Creepy voice, because she is creepy. Yeah. The head on the helmet tinged, informing Puppy that the mission, shaping nightmares, was successfully accomplished. Yes, Puppy Smiles was just this good, and nothing could stop her, not even finding names for things. Okay, maybe something long to read could still be a mighty foe. And if she had to count things that were more than her hooves, and even opening pickle jars, that had always been an impossible feat. But everything else was just an easy game, right? Go Puppy. She's got a strength of 6, if I recall correctly. From her character sheet. Now that the cheering, well, from the level ups, I mean. Now that the cheering was done, it was time to undertake part 2 of her master plan, finding Henry and getting out of here as quick as possible at the running of the leaves. Okie dokie, Mr. Voice, where's Henry? Henrietta Firebright set as primary target. Dude, knowing, like, this suit just being able to GPS somebody's location out of nowhere is quite terrifying. It's like, show me the person that stabbed me. Mirror, mirror on the wall, here's where they are. Go get him. Okay, the arrow on the compass integrated in Puppy's helmet disappeared and reappeared, pointing to the filly's left, displaying a distance in meters that rapidly diminished until it reached a single digit. Yay, it's adventure time! Blam! Crash! Blam! It's adventure time! Come on, grab your friends! Oh god. Blam! Crash! Blam! One of the windows exploded, and with a flutter of wings, a young griffin wielding a pair of 45 millimeter pistols blitzed inside the room through a cloud of glass and zipping bullets. Hold on, Puppy, I'm here! The griffin tumbled across the floor trying to identify any possible hostile target, fired twice at the light of the ceiling, which plunged the room into darkness, and jumped behind a desk before upturning it to use it as improvised barrier, all in the space of just a few seconds. Oh my god. The gunslinger. A smile grew across Puppy's muzzle as she watched the show. Wow, this was so cool. Henry was totally the best pony. She was like that griffin in that movie. Leon, the professional. The young filly stomped her hooves on the floor, cheering her friend's performance. Woohoo! Go, Henry! You rock! Way to go! A couple of bullets narrowly missed Puppy's helmet before the young gunslinger recognized her friends. Lie flat on the floor, Puppy. I'm taking care of them. Leave this little pony alone, you brain eaters. What? The filly tilted her head with a curious expression. Noticing that no pony was firing back and that there was no movement in the room, the thought suddenly struck her. Could it be that the filly wasn't actually in danger? Henrietta smiled in embarrassment as she stopped acting like a special forces pony and took a decent look around, putting away her guns. The griffin stroked back the feathers on her forehead and assumed a cool demeanor. Hey, Puppy. Still all in one piece? The filly checked her legs and tail, then smiled and nodded to her friend. Yup, I forgot nothing. Is Silky Tail alright? Your doll? Sure. Want it back? Henrietta grabbed the pink plushie and waved it. Puppy shook her head. Nopey mopey, she is fine with you. I asked her to keep an eye on you and she warned me that you were in danger. So I came here at the... That sounds so, like, terrifying. Oh my god, that sounds so wild. Yeah, the doll told me you were in trouble, so I came as quick as I could. I needed to save you, Henry. So I came here, but at the beginning you were all grumpy and scolded me, and then you flied away and didn't want to talk with me anymore. So I waited for the night because I had this super duper mega plan. But before I had to say to the mayor that his town was ugly, but then the mayor wasn't a mayor but a stupid voice that told me bad things. But I was smarter and he said he was sorry, and now he's gone away. So I'm smarter than Blue Voice. Henrietta rose a claw. Wait. I see you moving your muzzle, but all I hear is blah blah blah. All of this makes no sense and we are in a hurry. Everyone is sleeping right now, but very soon someone will wake up and realize that the buzz is gone. This place is filled with Enclave Pegasi, Talon Griffins, and ponies from at least 2 other tribes. Are they armed though? Oh, well, I guess they're Pegasi. If they get in the air, that's pretty much just it. They'll just snipe everybody.
Triple kill, quintuple kill, kill-tacular.
and all sitting on a fortified source of pure water and fresh food. Puppy tilted her head in confusion. Okie dokie. Oh no. This was like the one place with actual grass down on the surface, or at least one of them. That bot AI voice was trying to make it work out, but it did it by enslaving them. Oh god, this is where problems start. This could have been something great. A griffin face palmed. I almost imagine it like Wall-E when they frickin' find out that there was an actual little sprout in the shoe. The griffin face palmed. Alright, simple version. In a couple of hours, Tranquility Lane will become War Zone. Sun City, and we have to get our tails out of here before that happens. Capiche? War Zone? Like when ponies are mean with each other? Asked Puppy with some degree of doubt. Yes, exactly. Each group will want to take that place for themselves. Now leave behind everything heavy you have in your bags, because we need to fly away very fast. Puppy frowned. But why they have to argue? Ponies are pretty and nice. They shouldn't be mean. The little fool explained her theory about pony behavior as if it was something so simple that it was impossible for it to be some other way. Henrietta opened her beak to reply that an entire world has turned into a wasteland of legacy of pony kindness, but trying to explain such a concept to puppy was harder than teaching an anvil how to swim, and even more important, it needed time that they didn't have. Yeah, exactly, but we have to go away right now. Anyway, because you have to find your mom, right? Puppy nodded vigorously. Yes, I have to go to Pegasus's fly place named Blue I don't know, but Miss Happy told me that now it's called something Manor. I don't remember the name very well, but there's an arrow on the compass, so I can't miss it. Henrietta sighed. Let me guess, it's south. The griffin pointed a direction with her claw. Puppy stared in surprise at her friend. Whoa, how did you know that? Are you a wizard? Something like that. Yeah, sure, I'm best magician in Equestria, the great and powerful Henry! The great and powerful Henry. Now please dump everything you don't need or you'll lose the flight. The griffin paused for a moment, noticing something new in her friend. Say, since when you have a blue streak in your mane? Luna? A thin line of blue ran through Puppy's blonde mane, starting from her forehead just above her right eye and ending at 3/4 down her neck. The line was made of a couple shades of blue, in a similar way to the mare from the Mystery of Magic, Twilight Sparkle or something like that. Shades of blue, though. I know, by the way, I'm just saying, there's spoilers in this series. God, you better not be here at this point. Luna. Luna's dead. Luna is super dead. So is there some spiritual crud going on here? Is Luna living in the dream world? Just influencing everything from the shadows? Puppet Master style? Oh, that's a interesting, cool concept. Time approximately 3 a.m. Big city downtown. Puppy risked opening one eye and looked down. The world rushed away into the night. Large skyscrapers zipped past below, and the dark, deserted roads trailed off into the distance under her nose. Way too far under her nose to be comfortable with. Are we there yet? The filly grabbed Henrietta's neck tight enough to choke her. Yes! Loosen those hooves, Pony. You're going to make both of us crash. At first, it just seemed natural to the griffin to fly away with Puppy. Honestly, also, this makes me so happy that, like, she's finally got, like, a little friend she can stick around with. And it's no longer just Mr. Voice and Puppy Smiles versus the world. It's literally chapter 10, and now we have actually acquired friend. The foal was really small, and once she threw away all those useless scraps, she was lighter than a military backpack. Problems came when Puppy discovered that she hated flying. Just close your eyes and pretend you're having a regular piggyback ride or sing something. Puppy already had her eyes sealed tighter than a stable door, but it didn't seem to help at all. Seeing all the houses from above and seeing roofs run and run away and a crazy spinning of colors already scared her hard enough. This wasn't like looking down from a tower. Towers didn't go around, and they had floors. She liked floors. They were so flat and floory. Please, 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 I will behave. Put me down, please. Oh, come on, are you a scaredy pony? Have some faith in your friends. With a stroke of her wings, Henrietta gained a little altitude, flying between two skyscrapers and soaring past downtown. Oh, that would be so cool, though. Oh, it sounds so cool. High above the residential area of Sun City, the fresh night air tasted of dust and old, but the south winds carried a new scent. The sea. It was a good night to fly. Just relax and enjoy the trip. Sing something. Singing something, yes, that always helped Puppy. She just had to sing a song and everything would be better. The filly cleared her throat and tried singing the first thing that came to her mind. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Oh, please, please, please put me down now. Oh, the filly was dancing the pony pokey on Henry's back, but a griffin's constitution is one of a predator, happy to fly with an adult pony struggling in her claws. Just Puppy smiles is clearly not an adult. Anyway, it's still capable of gaining altitude in the meantime. Stop it, I'm not letting you fall. Yow, don't pluck me. You have the slightest idea how long those plumes take to grow back? Sick of being pestered by the panicking pony, the young fly bumped Puppy Smiles off her back and caught the falling filly with her frontal talons. Alright, at least this way you won't risk falling. Hold on, we'll land as soon as we're out of the ruins. Hey, if you don't, I guess that's just how it is sometimes, If you're just gonna be a little troublemaker, they're gonna manually hold you in the air. Oh no, pray they don't get a muscle cramp or something. That would suck. Eep. Don't worry, Sue, it's a couple of kilometers at most. We gotta put some distance between us and this place before it blows up. The Happy Eagle accelerated, pushing herself harder so that the trip would be as short as possible, but carrying a howling banshee in the night sky was going to wake some sleepy ponies. Henrietta could only pray to her lucky star that nobody would poke their head out of a window and look for the source, or that they wouldn't care enough. Oh my god, 3:30 a.m. Serpent Desert. Well, that's a name. Okay. I wasn't scared at all, I was just, cautious. I mean, with all those identical roofs and the wind, you could, lose yourself, and it's much better seeing the names of the streets when you don't know where you are going. Now that she had all of her hooves on solid ground again, Puppy was desperately trying to regain her macho appeal, but the effort was little wasted by Henrietta literally rolling on the road laughing. Priceless! You're priceless, Puppy! The griffin gasped as she tried to inhale, wiped a tear from her eye, and burst into another laugh. How did you scream, Eep? Do it again, please! This is like some serious Rainbow Dash type of energy. The filly in yellow pouted, sat down, and sighed. Hey, it wasn't me, the one that got lost in a city. I've seen chickens smarter than you. Blam! Did she just shoot Puppy? Puppy looked down at the hole in her suit right where her heart should be. Hey, there are already enough bully bots doing that. God dang it, dude. Dude, she literally meant what she said. Honest to God, dude. That is not cool. Puppy looked out at the hole in her suit where she should be. Hey, there are already enough bully bots doing that. Henrietta got up and waved her gun in a dismissive manner. She hadn't stopped smiling even when she shot Puppy. Ah, don't complain. You got torn apart by a manticore and still stand there. How could you get hurt by a bullet or two? Blam! Blam! Stop shooting her! Oh my god! Another couple of shots pierced Puppy, once in a leg, and again in her chest. Stop it! This stupid suit starts saying absurdities and mumbo-jumbos every time this happens. A thin thread of pink poured from the holes made by the griffin's gun. Okay, but you stop calling me a chicken, Henrietta yawned and put away her pistols. Just for your information, normal ponies die when they are shot, even ghouls. So don't try this yourself on other ponies, okay? Puppy nodded, a bit confused, then tilted her head. But I am a normal pony. I am a pony. Hey, I didn't say otherwise. Whoa, are we a little upset today? Want me to sing you a lullaby? Henry asked with a mocking tone. The foal nodded vigorously. Sure, I love lullabies. Can we sing Hush Now, Quiet Now? The griffin face palmed. This is a pretty solid song. What was the point of trying to provoke this fool? She couldn't even tell when she was being mocked. You're a lost cause, Puppy. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to rest your sleepy head. Hush now, quiet now, it's time to go to bed. Henry sighed and started walking south. Why, Dad? Why do I owe my life to this idiot twice? The girl smiled and turned her head toward the little pony. Hey, jump on your red racer. I'll fly above you. We have a lot of ground to cover. if you want to get to Rust Manor by tomorrow. 10:30 p.m. Day 9. Serpent Desert. Still love that name. That's a cool name. A small campfire cast the shadows of Puppy and Henrietta over the sand dunes. The two travelers were sitting next to the little source of light and heat. Henrietta was eating something from a tin can, but from the faces she made, it wasn't exactly griffin food. The clouds above the desert helped the place to maintain its temperature even during the night, but the half-eagles were still wearing plaid on her shoulders. So, Puppy, this blue voice told you that you are a robot. Henry's expression was hard to tell. Well, hard to read. Like if she was trying to keep a poker face until the filly finished telling the whole story. Yes, and he seemed double super sure of this. I almost fell for it too, but then arrived Creepy Voice. That told me that it was impossible because, I didn't understand that part, but it seemed quite okay when she said it. Puppy nodded wisely, as if this was everything that she needed to know. I swear it's Luna. Like I said, I know Luna's dead. But I swear it's gotta be Luna. Or Nightmare Moon, the embodiment of Nightmare Moon, or some creature that is Luna-esque. The Griffin shrugged. So a computer tells you that you're some sort of crazy machine, but a hallucination says otherwise. I think you just got dazed by the EMP grenade because of the backlash on your suit's circuitry and you had a dream. Henrietta yawned before continuing. But I don't think you're a robot, Puppy. Robots explode when shot. Besides, robots are intelligent. The foal frowned. So what do you think I am? The half-lion stretched her hind legs and crouched on her improvised couch. You? You were bad news. That's all I need to know. But I like you, so you can hang with me and be cool like Big Sis Henry. She's literally a Rainbow Dash clone. She's literally a Rainbow Dash knockoff. And you know what? I kind of like it, though. I kind of like it. I think it's kind of funny. Puppy trotted over to her companion and met Henrietta's gaze. The filly's eyes were two large glowing pink lights in the darkness of the night. Yes, but I am a pony, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if I don't eat or drink or never need a potty, right? I'm a pony. She seems worried. This robot thing is actually scaring her. Oh fuck, why me? Henry was completely exhausted. She didn't need a fool with an existential crisis in that moment. All that she wanted was just some sleep. The Griffin patted the filly on the helmet, yawning. You can be whatever you want, Puppy. You are a good pony. And good ponies are the most rare variety in Equestria nowadays. As long as you think that, you should be a pony. Then you'll be a pony. Now go to sleep, please. The little foal smiled and tried nudging Henry through the helmet. Thank you, Henry. You are my very best chicken friend. Is she gonna shoot him again? Crouching next to the half-eagle, the little pony sighed and waited. She wasn't sleepy at all. ... Hey, what did you mean by I'm not a robot because they are intelligent? Puppy poked Henry at a flank, but the Griffin just snickered and turned on the other side. Priceless. Oh, I love it. The little pony kept whining and poking her friend to try and make her talk, but the Griffin began to snore loudly, leaving a frustrated Puppy complaining in front of a fire. Dying fire. That's way too good, honestly. What do you mean I'm not intelligent? Approximately 1 a.m. It was still dark and Puppy couldn't sleep. The foal wasn't tired at all, but Henry didn't want to be disturbed, so the little filly did the most logical thing she could think of, sightseeing the desert by night, just because wise Puppy is wise. So far, the place had diluted a lot of Puppy's expectations, after all those movies with the cow ponies and the buffaloes. She was quite sure that a desert should be so crowded with skulls, arrows, tents, and such that you couldn't even find a place to put your own hooves. Place to put you own hooves. Okay. After the day spent in the real desert, the filly had the slightest suspicion that all the buffaloes must have gone away for some sort of holiday, but she hoped to find at least a lizarded place called Serpent Desert. All she had seen so far was a couple of carts half buried in the sand and a large Paris sprite with long teeth that was building something similar to a nest. But when she approached it, the Paris sprite flew away, avoiding her. Warning, hostile detected. Analyzing, mutated Paris sprite, Parador variety, threat level, deadly. Oh, why is every pretty fluffy animal in this place so shy? I just want to make friends, said the 200-year-old monster to the mutated murder's offspring of Mother Nature and Father Tate. Okay, I actually like that. Of Mother Nature and Father Tate. That's actually really clever. With the taint being the, the mutation crud. Hey puppy, it's been a while. You travel a lot, don't you? Said a metallic voice, which interrupted the little exploration of misadventure. The filly smiled broadly and turned to her friend. Mr. Questioner, where have you been? It's Watcher. I watch things. Watcher. Freaking Spike the Weirdo, more like. Puppy nodded, still smiling. Okie dokie, Mr. Questioner. Can I watch things too? From the speakers of the Sprite bot came a soft and metallic chuckle. Puppy never changes. How are you? I've heard that you had a little adventure in Tunneltown, and now I find you south of Sun City. Yes, I met a lot of nice and pretty ponies. There was this chicken called Henry, and then Asso and Sweetflower, Happy, Jammy? I know his name was like Jam or something. Jam Gun or whatever. And a lot of other friends. Wow, you are quite lucky to have so many friends, aren't you? And say, have you been in Sun City? The voice was trying hard to maintain a neutral tone, but it seemed very curious. Puppy frowned. Yeah, it was like a super duper box with streamers and mighty fine wrappings, but with oatmeal inside. Every pony was grumpy. They didn't want to talk with me or to play with me, and their mare was a stupid voice that told me bad things. Bad things? Like what? Would you like to talk about it? Watch's tone seemed worried now. Puppy looked away. He told me that I wasn't a pony but a robot. Then I used that big teapot that puts robots to sleep, and I was hit too. Every pony keeps telling me that I'm no robot, but why I... Tut, puppy. Don't fret your little head. If there is a thing that I'm completely sure, it is that you are not a robot. That voice probably read some data from a sensor scanning you, but it was a machine and couldn't see beyond your appearance. You are a pretty pony, okay? Now smile to me and show me that everything is alright. Nah, dude. I don't know. Status deceased. But like the whole time she's been wearing that same suit. But her eyes glow like she's alive. She regenerates like she's alive. What does the suit do? You know? I don't know. It's weird, and it throws me off. Puppy nodded and smiled a little. Very well. Now zombie ponies in a nice city. Did you find anything like a buzz or a humming sound all over the place? Nopey mopey, but Henry told me that the buzz was gone and that all the pretty ponies were going to wake up and being not so pretty. Oh, so at last that interference is gone. I can finally take a look inside the place then. Let me guess, you stopped it? Puppy frowned. No, I just went there because I was told that Henry was in danger. But she wasn't. She just acted like a stupid chicken flying around and not paying attention to me like every other pony in the town. So I went to this voice mare, and we had this big argument. He wanted to be smarter than me, so I took the blue teapot and excuse me, what is a blue teapot? The filly sighed, helmet hoofing. Why I have to explain everything to every pony. It's a teapot, round and shiny, with a blue pointy head. I found it inside a rusted cart in that place in the swamp. Alright, so you detonated an EMP shock shell in front of a supercomputer. Yes, you stopped the interference. And what about the new look? Puppy tilted the head, trying to look at her mane. You mean the blue line? I don't know. It appeared when I woke up the other day after speaking with Hey puppy, who's there? Hold on, I'm coming. Henrietta's voice interrupted the little pony. Sorry, little one, I've got to go. You can tell me this story another time. God dang it, I freaking hate that he just cops out at every possible moment. Without even waiting for an answer, the sprite bot made a noise like static and began playing some patriotic music. The griffin landed on the dune's top, checking the surroundings. With the gun in both her talons, as soon as she decided that there was no immediate danger, the gunslinger girl put away the weapons and scolded Puppy. Bad pony! Stop playing around with the sprite bots and come back to the camp. Oh my gosh, she's like a little kid. You naughty puppy. You behave. Puppy waved a hoof at the floating robot as it left and trotted back to her feathery friend. I wasn't playing, I was telling him my interesting adventures. Yeah, sure. Now let's go back to sleep. Get back to sleep. Tomorrow will be a long day. The griffin rubbed Puppy on the helmet, and they went back to their camp. Half an hour later, a scared Parador could finally go back building its nest in peace. They sound so cute. I want to pet them.
Good morning, fellas and gentlecolts. This is Lonesome Pony, and you're listening to Radio 52. Find a radio better than us, and I'll personally give you a treat. Who? DJ Pone 3? Please, I've heard he's a she. Really? Then during clear night, she transforms herself into a giant 3-headed diamond dog. No kidding. Just go to 10 Pony Tower during a clear night, and you'll see. But LP, There hasn't been a clean night or day since the spells fell. Not my problem, my little ponies. You just stay tuned on Radio 52 and stop blabbering about cross-dressing radio DJs. Now, back to work. It's news time. Yesterday morning, Sun City woke up from a 19-year-long sleep. I don't have any details, but it seems that during the night some pony assaulted the central tower of the town, stopping whatever device was controlling the minds of every pony in the city. Yes, my little ponies, you heard me correctly. No pony ever came back from Sun City because the whole place was under the effects of a giant mind control device. This is crazy. And guess what the pretty residents did this very same moment they realized that the mind control was gone? You guessed it, they started shooting each other for the control of the town. If you're gonna cross Serpent Desert, take a long detour, following Green Route East or take the Chasm Trail, but stay away from Sun City until things settle down. I repeat, stay away from Sun City and avoid Red Route if possible. Now, for the ones who like a little gossip, who's the responsible for the change of administration in the city? Do I really need to say the name? Yes, my little ponies, our little resident hero saved you from a never-ending sleep so that you could freely and willingly waste your life killing each other. Don't you even feel ashamed? I don't want to talk about this. Take some music while I look for answers in an empty bottle. What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some ponies you can't just reach. The voice of the DJ was replaced by music. Look at you, young colts fighting. Look at you, fillies crying. Look at what your young colt. Look at your young colts dying. The way they've always done before. Alright, honestly, that's true, though. I don't know why. Wouldn't they have confiscated their weapons at some point? It's 19 years. 19 whole years. Who knows how long those residents have been there. God, dude, that must suck. You're not even, like, cognizant for 19 years of your life. Oh, I feel bad. That's horrible. Rust Manor seemed exactly what it said on the tin. Some pony built a large reinforced barricade made up of a huge air wagon carcasses forming a ring 100 meters in diameter around what was originally the offspring of a bunker and an air traffic control tower. The whole structure was once coated in thick reinforced steel plates. Now all the metal was rusted, and the large tower seemed a monument to the concept of neglect itself. Nonetheless, the little town was a lively trading post with several caravans stationed outside of the northern gates and a half-dozen town guards scanning the surroundings from a crown of guard towers built on top of the wall. Henrietta called for Puppy to try and get her to stop when they were a couple of kilometers from the town. When the low hills became a flat plain peppered with craters, during the war the airfield was heavily attacked with conventional weapons flattening every structure except the fortified control tower. The open terrain gave a sniper a long line of sight, which made it easy to take care of any possible nuances. Okay, hold on. That actually sounds really cool. If you just threw a singular tower in the middle of the desert, but like the whole thing was just a giant sniper's tower, right? You just got snipers everywhere along this giant monumental structure. Nobody could go near that. Unless, obviously, they're flying. That might be a problem. But that would be crazy. Imagine you're just walking, and then suddenly you just, like, 50 sniper bullets come right at you. I don't know caliber, but obviously, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. That would be nuts. One of them's gonna hit you eventually. With conventional weapons flattening every structure except the fortified control tower, the open terrain gave a sniper long level. I already read that. Wait for me, Red Bolt. The Griffin landed in front of the filly, making her break in a cloud of dust. Whoa, look where you were landing. I was running there before you. Yeah, sure, whatever. I need you to listen carefully, Fishbowl Head. I have to leave you again. But this place is safe, so you won't find troubles. Puppy's eyes grew large and teary while the filly was already starting to pout. But why? I don't want you to go away. Yeah, I know. I'm cool. Rainbow Dash energy for real. And without me, you are quite clueless. But those guys that were after me in the Sun City had a whole day behind their wings, so it's possible that they're waiting for me here. I don't want you to get involved in my troubles. If the bad chickens are after you, we can explain them that you are a good girl and you will behave and say that you are sorry for whatever you did, so they will let you be. Can we? Who's a good girl? Is you? Yeah, for real. For real. Oh, God, dude. Puppy just addressing Henrietta like they're a freaking dog. Henrietta sighed, patting Puppy on the helmet. The story's a little more complicated than that, involving things like me having a shot, a couple of theirs, and them wanting my head. So no, I don't think we can just say that we are sorry, especially since I'm not sorry. They killed my father. Oh,
Puppy lowered her eyes, trying hard to think of something else. But you can't just bully those that bully you. I mean, they are not bully bots, they are pretty kitties. You can't bully kitties. Henrietta snickered. Yeah, pretty kitties. This is why I'm not going into town. If I avoid them, there will be no need for me to kick their sorry butts, and they won't be able to bully me. The Griffin shrugged. And this ends the topic. Take care, puppy. I'm sure we'll meet again. Without even waiting for a reply, Henrietta jumped into the air, and with a couple of strokes from her wings, she was already out of range for the eventual stone throw from Puppy. Oh my god, dude. Oh gosh, you're just flying and then suddenly you get hit by a rock. Wouldn't this stone throw technically be considered like a catapult launch? Just fire! The filly galloped after her friend for a few hundred meters, calling desperately for her before stopping and sighing. "Aw, this is not fair. She didn't even hug me goodbye." The foal raised her head to the sky, screaming, "Silky Tail, take care of her. She's in your hooves now." Oh, that's sad. Alright, so 11 a.m., Rust Manor, Big 52. The sniper had been keeping the yellow dot in her sight since she should pass the last hill, but the unicorn mare was uncertain what she was looking at. The guard put a hoof on an interphone. "Last stand here. I have a contact at 1186 South. Seems a pony in a yellow suit. Could be that ghost from the radio. Fits the description pretty well. Are ghosts welcome here?" The speaker replied in a storm of statics and electric whistles. "Keep an eye on the target and see what it does. Call again if you notice any hostile behavior, otherwise let it approach the gates." "Roger, roger."
Roger, roger. Roger, roger.
The mare went back to her position. In the meantime, Puppy reached the first caravans, drawing the attention of almost every hired guard in the area outside the walls. A lot of ponies were whispering to each other, and a couple of them reached for their weapons. The little filly didn't even notice their reactions. Her mother was somewhere inside the big town, and this was all that she needed to know. "Hi, I'm Puppy Smiles. Have you seen my mom? Mr. Voice told me she's here." Oh, great, and she's deranged, too. Just announcing to the world that Mr. Voice... I don't want to know who Mr. Voice is, Puppy. I don't want to. I don't think they want to know who Mr. Voice is. Mr. Voice makes you sound mental. All the ponies in the area looked at the filly, and then one of them sighed. "Oh, it's just Lonesome's ghost." The guards put away their weapons, and a couple of merchants that stopped chatting at Puppy's appearance went back to their business, but no pony replied to a question. I guess that's a no?" The filly was confused. Her status changed from center of attention to completely ignored. This couldn't be right. When you want something done, you have to do it yourself. Okie dokie, Mr. Voice. Where now? Analyzing. Loading local maps. Blue Feathers Airfield. Matching failed. Loading backup data. Finding points of interest. Points located. 1. Control tower. Control tower set as next waypoint. There moved on the compass. "Oh, inside the town? Alright." Puppy trotted merrily toward the gate, but she was stopped almost immediately by an old stallion wearing a mercenary armor and dusty hat. Somehow the eyes of this pony had something familiar, as if the little pony already seen them somewhere before. "Hey, Mom, why that pony has only 3 legs? He's a war hero, Puppy. Please don't bother him. He's very tired."
"Yeah, tired of giving my leg for a fucking useless war against fucking enemies I don't even care about because of a fucking goddess that puts a bunch of coal in front of a pony's lap."
Ah, yes, the Cold War. There's the Cold War, and then there's the Cold War. No, that's some lore right there. Poor guy. Kind of feel bad for him, but I kind of don't at the same time. Yeah, the zebras. Teehee, the pretty pony says strange words. "No, Puppy, forget that word. It's a bad word, and you should be ashamed of using such a language in front of a foal."
"Fuck off, bitch."
"Let's go away. Puppy, come with me." "But Mom, I wanted to." "Yeah, pink rat, trot after your mom. There's nothing to see here." Pink rat. Puppy blinked, lost in her memories. When she came back from her personal world, the old pony with the angry eyes was still standing there, so the filly stared back at him and tilted her head. "Hi, have you seen my mom?" The mercenary spat on the ground. "Are you deaf or what?" The foal sat down, looking confused at her interlocutor. Big words. Sorry, I didn't hear the question. Why are you angry? Did I do something wrong?" The pony snickered. "I asked you if you think that you are a hero or what." Puppy smiled. This was easy. Oh, I'm Space Captain Andromeda. With my spacesuit and my super fast ride, I run all around the cosmos and meet a lot of new friends. Want to play with me? I have a rocket too. Look. The filly rose a hoof, stating, Rocket. A rocket toy floated in front of the filly. The old stallion raised an eyebrow. Are you trying to make a fool of me? Do you know who I am? You better pick your foes and lower your ears, you fucking load of shit. He's not a very nice guy. I don't like his attitude. Puppy giggled weird words, always made her giggle. Teehee, Mr. Old Pretty Pony says strange words. Can I play too? I'm good at inventing words like a scootalicious or banana phone. The small crowd of curious ponies started laughing. The little filly not only didn't seem any impressed by that old mercenary, and she was laughing at him too. Sooner or later, some pony's blood was going to stain the dirt. Last stand put again, a hoof on the interphone from her guarding post. Last stand here. There could be trouble outside of the northern gate. The yellow pony is getting into a fight with the mercenary. We're sending a couple of guards. Wait for instructions and hold fire unless one of ours is attacked. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. In the meantime, the old pony grabbed Puppy by a leg and lifted her from the ground, looking into her eyes with a menacing face. So you think you can laugh at me? You think I won't touch you just because a fucking pony on a radio program talks about you? Think again. Hey, let me go. I have to find my mom. I didn't do anything to you, meanie face. Put me down. The foal was struggling, but she couldn't break free. If my mom was here, she'd show you. Let me go. Let me go. Let me at him, sir, eh? Let me at him. Lift him up, boy. Lift him up. Raise those arms. Somehow the whining of the little pony killed the mood. The small crowd looked away in embarrassment, and even the old mercenary wasn't really sure what he was supposed to do now. This filly wasn't some stuck-up hero walking triumphantly through the city gates or some sort of knight in shining armor, thinking he had Luna knows what kind of holy mission. This was just a... Fuck, Lonesome Pony must have gone very far with his tequila to call this critter a hero. In the meantime, since everything else didn't work, Puppy started crying, wailing, and whining. Even the last ponies that had hoped to see some action went away in front of this murderous act against dignity. Yeah, no, I agree. That would probably make such a, uncomfortable situation. Like, oh my god, they're just yelling at a kid. The mercenary put the foal down, saying, Go away. I don't pick fights with foals. He gave a quick spank to the puppy's people. What the heck? Why'd you spank him? Beyond to empathize the order, and the filly galloped away still crying. Somehow he knew that he was a bad pony, and that he should feel bad, and somewhere inside the weathered mercenary, a little pony actually did feel bad, but it was just for a fraction of a second. He felt bad. He felt bad for what he did. Thank goodness he should feel bad. And what an unprovoked, actions. He had no reason to just do any of that crud. Footnote level up. New perk added. Whining presence. You can whine your way out of almost every situation. During certain encounters, you get special dialogue options that let you avoid combat, but you'll lose reputation. Oh my god. That's so funny. That's so funny. I like that. That's hilarious. God. That's not whining. This is whining. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, this chain is dirty. All that stuff. Classic rarity moment right there. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, that was chapter 10. I think Puppy's finding herself a lot more. And I still think the suit thing, robot thing is interesting though, right? Because... what am I saying? She had that suit on from the start, so she could have very well be dead. The suit says deceased, but yet her eyes glow pink and crud. And she heals too. Why would a dead body heal itself? I don't know. I'm not too sure. It's very interesting circumstances. But anyways, next chapter. Alright, Chapter 11, Family Doodles, edited by the great and powerful UC. I had to do it. Family Doodles, you're not using power tools, are you? Day 10, time approximately 1:30 p.m., location Russ Manor, Big 52.
Good afternoon, every pony. I'm Lonesome Pony, and this is a special edition of the news, fresh from Dust Manor. For a moment, the feminine voice of the afternoon DJ could be clearly heard in the background, yelling something like, "Give me back my seat, you hog!" followed by a metallic sound. DJ Good Stuff will be back immediately after the news. I mean, what kind of name is Good Stuff anyway? What are you, Mental's table? Ow, stop that, alright? I was kind of sweet, but now you're asked for it. Here comes love and tolerance, Minty.
A muffled sound that resembled a brawl interrupted the program for a minute before Lonesome Pony began to talk into the microphone again while trying to hide his panting.
Good Stuff wishes you well, and we'll be back in a minute. But at the moment, she has her hooves tied with a power cord. So, where were we? Alright, the special news. This is fresh from not even an hour ago, from my radio friends in Russ Manor. Thank you, Easy Feeling Butterfly 23. Lonesome Pony cleared his voice and started talking. Some heroes fall, some heroes get killed, some heroes disappear into a stable and never come back. Well, our hero gets spanked. Yeah, you heard me late this morning. The ghost was sighted outside Russ Manor, heading for the town, and she tried to approach it. I can't. A group of caravans, a guard scolded her and spanked her in front of every pony. Now you are a fucking idiot, so what? From the little we know, this pony destroyed a fortified barn outside Red Trotter's territory, ran inside a heavily guarded tunnel, frying the robot guards inside. Yes, I got some more info about Tunnel Town. The local guard chief, Trigger Happy, was present, and she says that the foe destroyed 6 to 10 sentinels, using only a stone as a weapon.
It is a KD of... Oh, shoot, my notepad. Oh, crud. So it is a KD of 6. It is a confirmed KD. Wait, 6 sentinels with nothing but a rock. That changes everything. So that's 3. That's 6 plus 3 then. So we got 9 ghouls. Well, not ghouls. No, she killed 9 things with that rock then. Okay. Mention the notepad. The local guard who was present destroyed 6 sentinels using only a stone as a weapon. I don't think so. I think she only killed a few of them while the others killed each other, but we're gonna count it. We're gonna count it because it's a solid number.
And you pick a fight with this fool? What was that? Were you tired of living anyhow? It seems that the guard won the fight, if you can call that a fight. Little Miss Yellow tried a friendly approach, got a spank in response, and ran away crying. There was a sound followed by a long pause. Yeah, that is what I call gratitude. LP closing. Have some decent music, but Good Stuff unties itself. I've got to fly if I want to live. Stay classy, Big 52.
Freaking love that. That is hilarious.
Minty's currently tied up right now, with a power cord.
Music filled the silence. Saw you stretched out in room 1009 with a smile on your face and a tear right in your eye. Couldn't see to get a line on you, my sweet honey love. Puppy hid behind an abandoned cart, still crying. What did she do this time? She tried really hard to behave and be a good pony, but everything seemed to backfire every time. From a simple peek in a tunnel up to a crazed partying robots and roofs falling. Why did Mom keep moving and won't wait for her? This little filly felt empty and tired. Zebra jewelry jangling down the street. Make you shut your eyes at every filly that you meet. Couldn't seem to get a high on you, my sweet honey love. Not a fan of these lyrics, but okay. Then again, I don't know exactly how you're supposed to sing them, so that would probably do it. But Puppy couldn't simply stop searching and sit down, even if ponies were unkind and the road seemed endless. Her mother was somewhere just over the next hill, or maybe the hill beyond that one. One hill after another, one at a time. It was just a matter of time. May Celeste just shine a light on you. Make every song your favorite tune. May Celeste just shine a light on you, warm like the evening sun. The filly in yellow got up, moping behind a cart. Wasn't going to find Mom. She was a filly on a mission. Everything else didn't matter. Go, Puppy! Props to you, Puppy, you trooper. Keep kicking. 145, Russ Manor. The 2 stallions guarding the gates exchanged a rapid glance, seemingly uncertain about whom should deal with the approaching foe. Finally, the older one addressed the filly. Sorry, kiddo, if you want to get inside, you have to pay. 200 caps and leave all your weapons here. Puppy frowned. 200 was a super-duper big number. She wasn't quite good at counting up to 4, and with some help and time, even 10. But 200? What was 100 anyway? I'm just looking for my mom. Puppy, please. Show me the bottle caps and we have a deal, filly. The guard yawned, trying to maintain his neutral tone. He was concerned about what would happen if the filly didn't have the cash and still insisted on going inside. Maybe it would be a good idea to call the chief. Pouch. A large bag floating in front of Puppy smells and she handed it to the guard. Can you help me counting these ones? Are there enough shiny caps? The stallion nodded and emptied the bag on a table. It was 2/3 full of caps and 1/3 in bits from the old age. Some of them were golden. All right, this is more than enough. The pony blinked at the other guard, who cocked his head and looked back at him with a snort of disapproval. Come on, she's just a foal. You can't be serious. The first guard sighed and counted out exactly 200 caps, putting the rest back in the bag and giving them back to Puppy, who smiled and put away her possessions. Thank you super much, Mr. Pretty Guard Ponies. Inside the walls, Rust Manor was cramped and crowded. The air wagons used to build the walls doubled as houses and stores, leaving little space to move around the large fortification in the middle of the town. Now that Puppy had taken a better look at the whole place, it seemed like a village of tiny creatures built all around the trunk of a dead tree, only with the tree being 100 meters tall. The little filly trotted around, peeking inside the shops and trying to find a door to get inside that fortified tower. The arrow was pointing exactly in the middle of that big thing, so it was obvious that she needed to get inside somehow. There were a lot of ponies. Some of the locals looked at Puppy with an interest of curiosity. But they were mostly minding their business, tagging the little filly as an innocuous oddity. I think it's innocuous oddity. Especially after her duel with the mercenary that morning, Puppy didn't care at all. At last, she had found a place full of pretty ponies that behaved like real ponies, and she knew that there were big ponies working. There must be, yes, ponies playing! A trio of foals, a filly, and 2 colts were running around laughing and yelling at each other. They were having so much fun, but Puppy had to go find her mom. But if she went away and the pretty ponies went away, she couldn't play, and she wanted to play so much. But Mom, maybe only a minute, just to make friends and ask if they had seen her mom? Yes, right. She wasn't going to play, talk with the pretty ponies because she wanted to have fun. It was because they could know where Mom was. Clever Puppy. She could even outsmart herself. Hi, I'm Puppy Smiles. Have you seen my mom? The trio of foals stopped running and yelling, turning as a single pony toward the newcomer. The filly was a gray unicorn with a pink mane. The 2 colts were a unicorn with a palette very similar to the filly's, and an earth pony with a brown mane and green coat. They stared for a long moment at Puppy, both with amazement and a little concern. Then they asked, "Where did you get that super creepy spacesuit?" The filly and yell frowned. "It's not creepy. It's Space Captain Andromeda's spacesuit." At this point, Puppy made a theatrical pause to raise the tension and added, "It's cool." The unicorn colt nodded. "Yeah, I have an Andromeda comic. She's a girl, but she's super cool all the same, because she has a laser gun and fights zebra aliens." The other 2 foals nodded when the expert gave his approval. The unicorn filly's freaking yes man, bro. The unicorn filly smiled in a friendly manner. "I'm Big Deal," pointing a hoof at herself, then waving the hoof the other unicorn, she continued. "Here's my twin brother, Ricochet, and he's Painkiller." These names get more and more ridiculous, I swear. "And I'm Puppy Smiles. I come from Canterlot, and I'm looking for my mom." What were you guys doing? Playing? Can I join? She's gonna get looks for that. I already know. Great, now that she asked what she had to ask twice, she could take a pause, right? Ricochet tilted his head. "Your mom? What's her name?" "She's called Rainy Days, and she's the coolest pony ever. She can cook muffins and cupcakes and chocolate pudding and apple pie, but she makes me always eat alfalfa. She went away some days ago for work, and then our house in Canterlot collapsed, and I'm looking for her because Mr. Voice knows where she is, so it's better than waiting for her inside a collapsed house, I think. Oh my god, she needs to stop bringing all this crud up." The 3 little ponies nodded as if Puppy's speech made sense. "Yeah, last time I broke a bottle, Mom. Mom was really mad. I don't want to know how mad your mom will be when she finds out you broke the whole house." The filly in yellow frowned. "It's not my fault. I went to sleep and when I woke up, the house was gone." "Tell that to your mom. I tried to say that a band of slavers broke the bottle, but she knew. Moms have some sort of super sense that tells them who did what," added Painkiller, muttering the last words as if it was better to not divulge too much of such secrets. "Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't break my home. Cross my heart." Puppy insisted on defending her position, mostly because it was the only defense she had. No pony was around when the house collapsed, and she was almost sure that it wasn't her fault. "You better did not. Cut short, Big Deal. But I don't know any Rainy Days living in Rust Manor. We were playing cow ponies and zebras. Want to join? You can be the alien." "Oh no." Painkiller protesters, I don't want to be the zebra anymore. Why can't you two be zebras for once? Ricochet tipped his sister's horn with the hoof. Because zebras don't have horns. Duh. Puppy intervened. Oh my god, hate her name. Sorry. Once I was told the zebras can grow wings with some sort of weird device, but they are bat wings. Besides, I want to be Space Captain Andromeda. But you don't have Andromeda's gun. You could be Maripony, the second mayor on the moon, tried Ricochet, but his sister interrupted him. Maripony had never been on the moon for real. A pony can't get there. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. The twins stood in front of each other, muzzle against muzzle, arguing about 2 centuries old moon landing. Painkiller approached Puppy, sighing, "They'll go on like this until dinner. So, it's cool. Suit that one. It's a cool suit, that one. Does it have a compass and healing spells?" Puppy watched the brother and sister show for a moment, then moved her attention to the Earth pony. He was a little older than her, and he already had a cutie mark of a syringe. "Are you, going to make injections to me?" The colt stared a bit confused at the filly inside the rad suit before realizing that she was talking about his cutie mark. What? Oh, this? Don't worry, Dad doesn't let me touch his stuff. So, yeah. You are quite cool for a filly. So, you are quite cool. Oh, dang. Dude. Compliments. They always worked on Puppy's ego. She grew 10 centimeters taller in 10 seconds flat and sported a broad smile. Well, yes, I'm cool. I know. Yeah, this spacesuit has everything. A compass, a lot of dots here and there, some ratings, see? The filly poked at the helmet, trying to show the cult all the stuff she said. And look at this. Ahem. Rock. The rock of destiny floated in front of Puppy. Be careful. That rock's a war criminal. Whoa, how do you do that without unicorn magic? The fool shrugged. I don't know. The suit does all this cool stuff for me. It's magic. I'm not going to explain that. The colt tapped his chin, thinking, too bad you don't have Andromeda's laser gun. But I have an old toy gun I never used because it's so heavy that I can't hold it in my teeth. Maybe with that levitation thing it could fit with your costume. Puppy's eyes grew large as 2 soup bowls. Really? Yeah, maybe if you have something to barter it with, we can make a deal. I don't want it anyway. It seems girly and does nothing. Cooties, am I right? Time approximately 3 p.m. Okay. While Painkiller was still looking at the pile of 42 muffin boxes, not believing his luck, Puppy tried to point out something with her brand new laser gun. It was a pistol with a futuristic form, an antenna on the muzzle, and some metallic rings here and there. The grip had no trigger, and the whole object was silvery gray with red plastic inserts. It's heavy, complained the little filly, trying to hold it with a hoof to no avail. Hey, no refunds. The colt was constantly dropping one box of muffins after another from his grasp. Why can't I hold all these muffins? In the meantime, Puppy aimed at the sky, sitting on her rump and using both hooves to hold the weapon. She said just one word. Bang! New equipment detected. Soul Inc. Prototype 152. Codename Centeza. Synchronizing. Opening communications bridge with Com Station North 2. Checking status. Pony Meaties not online. Inoperative at 12%. Relaying coordinates. Ah, this stupid suit is talking nonsense again. What? What does this mean? Centeza. Com station. Oh, this stupid suit is talking nonsense again. From the current of clouds appeared a thin red line of light, then a second and a third. They were like faint laser beams, piercing the leaden skies and illuminating with tiny and seemingly innocuous red dots. His roof here and a cart there. A dog that was napping under a bench chased one of the dots across the street before banging his muzzle on the door. Wait a minute. Is this some Enclave type crud? Warning, Pony Meaties 4, 6, and 7 are not responding. Pony Meaties 8 to 12 cannot lock on target. Warning, power up sequence delayed by impossible to deliver an estimate. Painkiller didn't pay attention to, was this like a smite type of thing? Do you just aim and then like some sort of satellite is just gonna smite the ground? Painkiller didn't pay attention to Puppy already trotting away and leaving a sweet trail of muffins behind him. Yeah, whatever. It's been a pleasure bartering with you. Sometimes the combined effort of a community can save a town. Some other times a hero has to show up and fight his battle. And there are even times when it's just a matter of blind luck. I bet it is. Warning, losing signal. Abort command. Repeat, abort command. Closing communication bridge. Pony Meaties offline due to recalibration. Orbital relocation and maintenance. Estimated downtime 12 hours. Finally, the suit stopped talking. Puppy's orbital. Orbital, huh? Hey, have you finished with all this blah blah? I don't care. We have to find Mom. Okay. 3:30. Oh yeah? And you are stinky fish. Oh yeah? And you are so uncool that even your cooties flee from you. Dang, dude, you know that's bad. That moment the cooties leave you? Oof. Big deal. And Ricochet was still standing muzzle against muzzle, arguing about something they probably didn't even remember. Oh, that should explain why you have so many cooties. You seem a walking flea circus. Hi, puppy. Are you... And you are all girly and smooching, and all you do is girly, and all your toys are girly, and hi, puppy, and you are a girl. Hi, Rico. Hi, Big D. Puppy waved a hoof, trotting past the twins, at last finding an entrance to the tower, the sign on top letting all know it was really classy brothel, as if the filly cared. Well, I'm giving everybody a warning right now, I guess. Quite frankly, I'm not looking too forward to going down more, because I can only imagine what I'm going to end up seeing and or potentially reading. So, bear with me. The place was filled with red drapes and was scarcely illuminated to hide the worn furniture in front of the entrance. A mayor was sitting behind a counter, usually greeting customers, but now staring surprised at a little pony in front of her. From Puppy's point of view, this was a nice place, with a lot of fancy things like posters and marble statues of ponies. Hi there, I don't think this place is good for you. Puppy smiled and waved off. Hi, I'm Puppy Smiles. Mr. Voice says that my mom is in this place. The mayor looked slightly concerned. I can't say this is impossible, actually. I have a couple of new girls working here. Do you know your mother's name? No, little one, don't touch the statue. It's fragile. Don't look at it either. My brother in Christ. This is the crud I put up with. The filly was already exploring, having found an interesting statue of a stallion in a very manly pose. The filly frowned. I think this pony has too many legs. Oh, really? She's called Rainy Days, and she is... I'm sorry, little one. There are no rainy days working here, but if you want to be sure, don't touch it. I can call the new Earth pony working here just in case. Hey, Holly, come down. Very classy brothel. Oh, God. Puppy wasn't listening to the mayor anymore, her eyes staring at some faded crayon lines on the wall, half hidden behind the statue, and now she was staring at the same wall only 2 centuries earlier. Oh, God. Wait here, Puppy. Mom will be back very soon. This will take just a few minutes. Okay, Mom, I love you. Bye-bye. Mom nuzzled Puppy behind the ear, making her giggle before trotting away. Imagine a government building becoming just a brothel like that. That's so freaking weird. The big room was so gray and sad, with just a couple of seats and a low table filled with ultra boring magazines just showing weapons and stupid soldiers on them. Puppy sat in front of the wall, looking at the gloomy empty space in front of her. This needed changes. This needed crayons. It took a lifetime, at least 10 minutes, but now Puppy's masterpiece was almost finished. There were the 2 prettiest ponies she was ever able to create. One was little and pink with a bright yellow mane. Oh, that's her. Puppy was particularly proud of how she captured her own pinkiness. The second pony was bigger, with a purple coat and an orange mane. Still don't like the color scheme. Purple coat, orange mane. I can't see that as being attractive. Mom, she was beautiful. If only Puppy could write how beautiful she was. Oh well, the drawing was already doing a great job anyway. The foal had added some trees to the scene, both green and yellow, and one was pink with the yellow trunk, because she always thought that pink would be the best color for a tree. She looked over her work to see if something was missing. Sun? Check. Butterflies? Check. Muffins? Check. Now the picture needed only one last thing. And when we are done, we will go to Dad's place and he'll be back. So we will be happy forever. Ooh, introduction to the father for the first time? She knew what was missing, but she couldn't finish the work all the same. What are Dad's colors? Puppy, what the hell are you doing? You can't draw on walls. What did I tell you? Mom, I can't remember Dad's colors. Mom fell silent immediately. Puppy was still looking at the drawing, trying not to lose the inspiration, but how could she draw a pony if she didn't know what colors to use? Suddenly, Mom hugged her so tight that she gasped. Don't worry, Puppy. I swear that this will all end one day and we will be happy together. As we were before this war, I Okay, interesting. So I'm guessing father went off to war. I'm guessing the father went to go fight the zebras. Now, what would be interesting, mom's probably dead, right? We all probably know that. Or somehow she miraculously became a ghoul. Somehow. Some miraculous way. She got over those symptoms in the other chapter. But the dad, we don't know. The dad might be a ghoul. He might be. We might see him again, dude. That would be interesting. That'd be a kind of like a little bittersweet ending if Puppy Smiles reunites with her dad, even though, well, yeah, reunites with her dad, but her mother didn't make it. Oh, that'd be so sad. Oh, that'd be cruel. Hey, little one, wake up. Pay attention. Is this your mother? Puppy turned her head towards the proprietor of the brothel, now accompanied by a young man that she didn't know. The young prostitute looked at the filly confused and cocked her head. No, she's not mine. I would remember having a foal. Besides, I never had any pink in my family. I've been here. It was... Puppy tried to remember, but it wasn't easy. It was as if the memories she wanted to reach were way further than she thought. Oh no, did she forget them due to trauma? A month ago, I think, but it was different. The matron snickered, patting the filly on the back. I don't think so, little one. I've been the proprietor of the Velvet Pearl for 15 years, and I never changed a single doorknob. That doesn't sound good. The filly went back again, looking at the little drawing and finally noticing something different, something new. A broad smile appeared on her face. I remember him. He was white and yellow. Dad was white and yellow. The little foal pointed a hoof at the picture, turning toward the... Oh, so we know where the yellow came from. Where's the white? Wait. Thinking. Color palettes. Oh god, Technicolor. Where'd the pink come from? Well, maybe it's... I don't know. I'm not gonna go into it. I remember him. He was white and yellow. Dad was white and yellow. The little foal pointed a hoof at the picture, turning toward the two mares. That's my dad, see? He's my dad. I didn't remember his color, but now he is there with me and Mom. There is something written here. Please read it. Please, please. The old mare lowered her head, looking at that drawing for the first time in her life. Not that she had never seen it. She just couldn't give a buck about a stain on the wall, choosing to cover the mess instead of repeating it. The drawing was of 3 ponies. 2 were clearly the work of a foal, just some colored lines on a wall with some trees and a green line to represent the ground. This is some very, like, melancholy type of stuff. But the third one seemed the work of some pony good at drawing. It showed a young white stallion with a golden mane, very similar to the mane of the filly who stood looking at the wall. Under the drawing, some pony had written a few words that the old mare read in a low voice, almost whispering, "Together again, here and forever. Love, Mom." Puppy put a hoof on the painting. Mom was here. And now we are all here. This is me, and this is Mom, and this is Dad. Wait, I know. The filly reached for a pencil and added a last detail on the work. 3 smiles on the pony's face. Now we are all happy. Yay, we can have a picnic and chase butterflies and wait for the fireflies, and Mom and Dad will kiss me goodnight and it's all right again. Puppy paused, staring at the image as if she was living through the story she told. Oh my god, dude, I can only imagine the freaking... the one... horse lady, whatever, just standing there at the counter just being like, oh my god, this child is screwed up. This child has some serious mental damage. The younger mare stared at the scene in silence, her face betraying a growing angst. That fool, how could she endure all this? That childish drawing on the wall was all that was left of her family, yet she was still smiling as if it was real. She was smiling. But they were dead. She had already lost everything. She was alone. The little ghost drifting forever from place to place, asking for something she could never have back, without rest nor hope. Only a hole filled with faint memories, forever. The prostitute was overwhelmed by that sense of despair and eternal nothingness. She needed fresh air, to be out of that place, away from that haunting vision. She broke into a gallop, leaving the brother behind as tears rolled down her cheeks. Dude, that's crazy! That's nuts! The older mare was made of sterner stuff. She had already seen much of what the wasteland could throw at her and endured loss many times in her life. Yes, little ghosts, you are all together. This was unfair. A lost foal finding a spot of happiness behind the statue and a roused stallion was a cruel way for the wasteland to serve you some relief. Nonetheless, there were moments like these that healed wounds and gave you the will to go on. Letting them slip away was worse than denying yourself. You can sit here and watch the painting as long as you want, but I don't think that your mom is here. She must have moved away a long time ago. I'm sorry, kid. The mare raised her voice, and some pony come down and move that statue. There are foals here. We are not perverts. The sensation was weird but refreshing that the little foal, that clueless, lonely soul, made her wish to be a better pony somehow. A bittersweet smile appeared on the mare's wizened muzzle. Dang, that's wild. Who knew a trip to the brothel would be such an eye-opening experience? Who would have guessed that you can see the world from a whole new perspective with just one trip? 4:45. Prepare your muzzle. I'm giving you a black eye. Oh yeah? You and what army? I don't need an army. I already have a dumb brother. Hi, puppy. I'm not dumb. Hi, puppy. You are dumb. Dumber than your rump. Hi, Rico. Hi, Big D. Puppy trotted past the twins, who were still standing muzzle to muzzle. The filly in yellow had no time to assist the fight. She was looking for the place the arrow was pointing at. Ah, Mr. Voice, what do we need to do now? So, this is random, right? But I hope Puppy can meet the prostitute again that ran out. Maybe they can bond, have a little experience. Actual priority is investigate Rust's Manor. A set of public places have been selected in order to ask as many ponies as possible for information. The first location in the list is Redwater Saloon. Puppy trotted inside the saloon. It consisted of a large hall with a loft at the bottom, noisy and full of hardened ponies that swore and drank hard stuff like Wild Pegasus and Coyote tequila, sometimes mixed together and reinforced with special ingredients. To Puppy, this place was simply another room full of pretty ponies that couldn't know where her mom was, so she went to her usual routine. Hi, I'm Puppy Smiles. Have you seen my mom? For a single moment, all the eyes inside the place turned on the entrance. The barred pony crouched behind the counter, and the pianist stopped playing. The only sound in the whole place was the one from the swinging doors creaking behind Puppy. One of the really tough ponies that was sitting at— oh, is it the guy from earlier? At one of the tables next to the entrance tipped his hat and muttered in a voice that was still silenced, was perfectly audible to every pony. This ain't a place for you, little pony. Now go play with the fools before you get spanked. Again. At the saloon, exploded into laughter, every single pony, and since every pony was laughing, Puppy laughed too. Tee, very funny. I don't get it, but it's funny. So, have you seen my mom? Most of the ponies didn't hear Puppy, but two of them did. A ghoul that was standing next to the door and the pony that had spoken to her. The former simply got out of the place, while the latter sighed and face-huffed. No, I don't know where is your mom. Now please go away. Trotting outside the saloon, Puppy smiled. Okay, her mommy wasn't there, but all the ponies in that place seemed crazy, so it was a good thing that she wasn't there. Honestly, if one person shot her in that place, like if she just got a couple people to shoot her, I'm not saying it's a good, you should, but like, you can smoke out that whole audience right then and there with that pink cloud within your suit. I'm just saying it's an idea, and you'll come back, you'll bounce back too. Oh, they'll believe the ghost of the wasteland then if they don't cut you to pieces first. Well, the suit will probably fix itself. Now I'm imagining, if you got damaged and like somebody next to you was like wearing metal and stuff, if the suit would just like kind of like borrow the materials from them, it's just like, hey, it just rips their clothing off. Like, oh! a little awkward moment. Okay. Hey, you there with the yellow suit, wait a moment. A voice from the other side of the street made Puppy stop and turn on her tail. There was a ghoul pony wearing a leather hat and a long black trench coat looking at her. Yes, you. I have to speak with you. Puppy sat down in the middle of the street, tilting her head. Okie dokie. Crossing the street, the ghoul patted the filly on the helmet. Now that he was near enough, Puppy noticed that he seemed some sort of mummy, devoured by the sand and dried out like a big leather pelt wrapped around the carcass. Saying that he was ugly was an understatement, but Puppy already dealt with ghouls, and she knew that they could be nice ponies. Maybe not pretty, but nice. For a moment she wondered if Soft Air and the others had already found a new home. Maybe they'll write her a letter, or even better, send her a postcard with some super cool photo. Oh, no, they're dead. Oh, they were like the closest to friends we've met. Puppy loved photos. The mummified ghoul cleared his throat before talking. As with every other ghoul she had met, he seemed to speak through a cut throat filled with jelly, his voice quite old. Good girl, you are the full lonesome is making a big fuss about, aren't you? What? Puppy giggled. Tee, ugly pony says fancy words. The ghoul rose, a decomposed, perplexed half-eyebrow. Ah, you can call me Molten Gold. I'm an adventurer and treasure hunter. The foal smiled back. Hi, I'm Puppy Smiles. Have you seen my mom? Faint smile appeared on the ghoul's muzzle. Maybe. What would you do for me if I did? Puppy jumped on all her hooves. Anything, please, 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 where is she? The smiling gold's face broadened. Good, Philly. I think we can make a deal. Here. 11 p.m. This is getting interesting, though. I just want to say. The cave. No, sorry, wrong words. The cave was dark and filled with bones of all genres, but mostly pony bones. It seemed like a macabre carpet laid on the floor of the hall's atrium. Puppy Smiles stepped into the shadow, followed by Molten Gold. I don't like this place. It's dark and full of hurt ponies. Why do I have to go there? The ghoul sighed. The walk with the foal from Westman to the Solara stable had been a torture. This foal couldn't shut up for a single moment, but if what Lonesome Pony said was real, then she was also some sort of unstoppable raiding machine, able to deal with heavy defenses with little effort. Because I'm a treasure hunter, and we are doing a treasure hunt. You said that you like to treasure hunt, didn't you? Puppy frowned. Yes, I like playing treasure hunt, but usually Mom hides the cookies inside the jar on the table. Where is the kitchen in this scary cave? This time we are not after cookies, Puppy. Inside this place there is the thing I need, and if you find it, I'll tell you about your mom. Now listen carefully. Puppy sat down, trying to take a martial pose. Yes, Space Pony Puppy Smiles, ready for the mission, sir. The ghoul snickered. That's the spirit, Philly. This is a secret base built by those good-for-nothings from Solaris Inc. It was meant to work more or less like a stable, but buck me if they ever did something that worked as intended. Anyhow, this is not our problem. Our problem is the fact that it's more defended than a ranger's base. But from what I heard, this could be a piece of cake for a badass like you. Puppy mumbled, trying to find a sense in the ghoul's words. I like pie. Molten laughed. You remind me of a very young Soren. Anyhow, I'm not sure how big this place is, but there must be a place named Research Area, okay? You have to reach that place. Okie dokie. Research Area. Got it. Search it twice. Puppy nodded enthusiastically. Exactly. And we... No. Not search twice. Research as in science. Now you have to ask your suit. It's really easy. Now repeat with me. Research area. Research area. Tried the filly, a little dubious. Good girl. Now when you are there, you have to find a box filled with these. The pony took a round object from his bag and showed it to Puppy. It's called a memory orb, okay? Repeat with me. Memory orb. Murmuring orb. Molten's face deflated. How in Equestria have you survived this far? Memory, like, remember things? I know what memory is, but that's a glass ball. It can't remember things, duh. The ghoul rose a hoof while his eyes was going twitchy-twitch. Wait a second here, please. I'll be back immediately. Is he going to go scream outside? Molten Gold headed outside, and even from where Puppy was sitting, she could clearly hear him screaming, "Why a effing retard, full YF." He is not happy. Kind of what I thought he was gonna do. How many times have we gone across the R word here? Like 6, 7? Is that 7? I think that might be 7. I haven't kept track. I should have been keeping track. So how many times she's been called that? Since the screams seemed to go on for a while, Puppy decided to take a look around by herself just to get acquainted with the place. The cave was large enough for a cart to pass, but the entrance was half collapsed so that only slim ponies could actually squeeze in. It had been easy for Puppy and Molten Gold, but if an average stallion would have tried to get inside, he was going to get stuck in the middle of a bunch of half-collapsed and unstable rocks at the bottom of a narrow canyon exactly in the middle of nowhere. The bones that littered the ground were old, white and bleached by time and dry climate. Some of them still sported some piece of clothing, like laboratory coats, and some bits of scorched armored saddles. Rummaging in the piles of bones, Puppy found a cool pair of glasses and some shiny bits. Lucky Puppy! There were even some weapons, but she already had her super cool space pistol and didn't need some noisy and ugly toys like those. Instead, she took the blue plastic card from the neck of a skeleton. Blue wasn't her favorite color, but it had that cool image with the white Alicorn stallion, and she looked and she liked cool things. When the ghoul came back, he seemed a lot happier. Alright, I'm done. Where were we? The glass balls, tried Puppy uncertainly. Yes, right, the glass balls, those. Molten smiled and focused on what the filly was holding in her hoof. Say, where did you find a security pass? His eyes once again started to dance the pony pokey. No. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. So, let's see if you understood. First, you have to go to the research area. Yes, and you have to look for the glass balls. Perfect. Now go and don't come back until you have those damn orbs, the ghoul said, sighing with relief. Okay, I like you, Mr. Ugly Gold. When I find Mom, I'll tell you that you were nice with me. The filly trotted away, heading for the bunker's entrance. It's molten. Not ugly. Who cares? Just do this job so I can forget this story forever. 11:45 p.m. The entrance of the bunker was an open, gigantic round door, 2 meters thick and 6 meters wide, with the usual symbol of the company in the middle of it. On both sides. Even here there were skeletons on the ground, littering both the floor of the cave and entrance hall of the stable. The hall was illuminated by flashing red and blue lights from 4 lamps on the ceiling, a clear sign of danger. Pretty lights. Puppy jumped over the reinforced door and trotted around the hall for a moment. There were skeletons even here, and destroyed sentinels. The whole place was peppered with bullet holes. Other guns, other wrecked dresses, bones, boring. Say, Mr. Voice, where is that research place? Are we there yet? Negative. Current location, Solaris Stable Entrance Hall. Downloading local maps. Warning, all blueprints for Solaris Stables are protected. No maps available. Direct navigation is required. Auto mapping function activated. This means you have no idea where we are going? Affirmative. Current location is partially unknown. Impossible to set navigation point to the objective. Please proceed with caution. Puppy's eyes widened in surprise and glee. There's something you don't know. Yay! Who's the smart pony now? Who? Haha, who is? Not you, Mr. Voice. Bleh. Warning. This program is not designed to feel bad. Any form of teasing will be reported to the legal department as infringement of the license agreement per Section 2, Article 9, 12. Puppy frowned. Hey, stop using smart words. I don't know. I'm not stupid. I'm smart. Pretty pony. And when I get big, I will be as intelligent as Pinkie Pie. Now let's find this place. Since you don't know where it is, I will have to do all the work as usual. From the main hall, there was only a passage inside the underground complex. Maybe this whole find the glass balls thing wasn't so hard as it seemed. After all, the place was still illuminated with the flashing blue and red lights, so it wasn't very scary. The walls were painted in light shade of blue with gray line, and the floor had sweet white and black tiles, so Puppy started playing with them, jumping only on the white ones and avoiding the black tiles, because they were super scary bottomless pits. Hey, it was even fun. Yay, I'm in Indiana Pones. Look at me. Now I'll...
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Puppy sighed and never lifted her eyes from the floor. It was too good to last. She had to know that. Please, Puppy, please, do not start being bully bots. I don't have time for this. I have to find the balls and then find Mom. The fool tried her best pretty face, looking at the sentry bot with the 2 most sorrowful eyes she could give.
Surrender now and be annihilated.
Why would you surrender if you're going to die anyway? I don't get it. If you're gonna die, die trying. I mean, if it's clearly implied, right? If you don't know you might die, then obviously see what you can do. But like, this is clearly implied. Surrender now and be annihilated. You don't win by surrendering, so why would you? The twin miniguns on the sentry pointed at Puppy when suddenly the visor of the robot turned from red to blue and its voice changed. You again? What are you doing here? Oh my god, is it Blue Voice? Puppy was already asking the Rock of Destiny, but at that turn of events, the filly tilted her head, a bit uncertain. Mr. Blue? Is that you? Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Blue Sky. Foot no level up. New perk added. Finesse. No, Puppy. Not there. Please. 5% critical chance. Uh-oh. Dude, Rock of Destiny is OP. Oh my god. Blue Voice from the Sun City is back. Whatever that place was called. The Brainwashing City. That is interesting. That can't be good. But he's not shooting her. Now I'm wondering if Mr. Blue Voice is more universal or if there is like singular entity controlling it. This is very intriguing. Anyways, we're gonna jump to the next chapter here. Alright, Chapter 12, Darkness. If you folks are noticing, I swapped out my mic, cause I'm still having that audio issue where everything just kind of distorts into static, and quite frankly, I don't know how to fix it. I really don't. So, I'm switching my cables to my different microphones, and I'm gonna pray to Celestia that solves this, because it's been a crutch this whole series. The last 2 chapters we got very good. I've been blind so far in this video, so this is good. So Chapter 12, Darkness, edited by UC. Chapter 12, Darkness again. When I'm walking a dark road, I am a mare who walks alone. I walk a lonely road. Time approximately, what was that? It's just 15, technically, I guess. Solaris Stable Big 52. Get out of my stable now! Soulless voice thundered through the corridors of the underground complex like a wave crashing on the shore. The order came from every speaker and every operative sentry patrolling the abandoned halls. Puppy sat down on the floor tile, making sure that it was white one. You know, since the black ones were still bottomless pits, you couldn't let adults get in the way of playtime all the time. Why? Because you have already caused enough trouble, you malfunctioning little drone. Puppy frowned. I am not a throne. Don't try sitting on me, stupid voice. Drone means robot. You don't even have a decent integrated dictionary. Your uselessness makes my subroutine reboot. Now that was too much. Puppy stood up and looked at the sentinel in front of her with a really angry stare. But the best she could manage had the same effect as putting a military helmet as the head of a plushie? Scarier? On the head of a robot. No, cuter. Hey, I am no robot. Miss Creepy Voice told me, and Mr. Questioner and Henry, so it's one against, numbers. Why everything was always heading to numbers, against a lot of us. Many wrong results put together don't become true out of sheer magic, Device 018. Even now, every sensor analysis gives the same results as before. You are a suit filled with the remains of a corpse, mostly broken bones and a large amount of gelatinous substance. There are no scientific studies confirming the existence of the fabled marshmallow ponies. Ergo, you are a crazed machine filled with goo and bones. Puppy raised a hoof, pointing it at the sentry. Stop being smart, Blue, or else I'll have to show you again who's the super duper egghead here. I don't think there were any doubts about that, D018. Now I must ask you to leave this place and let me contemplate these empty halls until forever. But I can't go away. I have things to do. Soulless voice paused for a moment before replying. And what exactly must you do here? Puppy frowned, trying to remember. Why did she now have to explain things to stupid Mr. Blue? She wanted to play Indiana Mares. I have to go find the glass balls, or Mr. Ugly Gold won't tell me where is my mom. Can I has the glass balls, Puppy, please? So you are here to scavenge this place. Destroying my hard work in Sun City wasn't enough. First you trashed my utopia, and now you come to my place of eternal rest to rob me. I am not giving you anything more than a last chance to leave. But I really need that to find my mom. If you give it to me, I'll give you something. It's a barter, like a big ponies do. The filly looked into her bags, trying to find something useful for a ghost voice. You don't have a mom. You are a robot. Your insistence is futile and bound to fail, like your logical matrix. That was mean, and a lie. Mom was just somewhere else. Puppy had heard the registrations and seen the mural. Mom was leaving messages for her. Blue Voice was a bad voice, and Puppy didn't want to hear his lies anymore. Music! The radio inside Puppy's helmet started playing music to cover Soul OS voice. And even if you are mistaking some female pony as a motherly figure, your firmware is more than 200 years old. At that time, your mother is certainly dead. Louder, even outside of the helmet, it was possible to hear DJ Lonesome Pony talking about the dangers of radiation and taint. So, now you are ignoring me. You could simply turn on your tail and leave the way you came, pony. Louder! The volume of the music inside Puppy's helmet rose until the computer's voice became only muffled and unintelligible sound in the background. You're not going away, are you? The filly didn't reply, sitting stubbornly on the white floor tile. The noise from the radio was so loud that it was clearly audible even several meters away from her.
And this is why you should always remember to bring with you some pure water and at least a couple of Rad-X and a Radaway. Now the public complaints about good old LP's music choices. I was told that my music is too sissy at this point. A bad DJ would have said that he decides what it goes on his radio. But I'm a worse DJ, so I give you what you asked for. And just that, get 11 minutes of the horse with the end. Let's see if you'll criticize my choices again.
Then I have no choice but to remove you with lethal force. The Sentinel's visor turned red again as it immediately opened fire on Puppy with both its weapons. The spray of bullets coming from less than a couple meters tore open Philly's chest, repainted the walls and the floor with pink slime. This is the end, beautiful friend. Puppy staggered and tried to get to her hooves, but a large part of her torso was peppered ruin, making her stumble and fall with her muzzle on the ground. This is the end, my only friend, the end. Propping herself against a wall with her only good foreleg, the filly opened her mouth to protest. But a second hail of bullets struck her helmet. The first hit bounced against the curved glass, but it didn't last, and the whole sphere exploded in a rain of shiny crystals. Puppy's head had a hole in her eye, an ear missing, and it was possible to look through the wounds in her neck. Nonetheless, she was still able to speak. Rock. Of our elaborate plans, the end. I see you are highly resistant to external damage. Change of tactics. Let's aim for the talismans. While the Rock of Destiny was still fluctuating in front of Puppy, the Sentinel took aim and shot 3 bullets, hitting the suit behind her neck, in the lower belly, and on her left flank, approximately where ponies have their cutie mark. The foal froze for a couple of seconds as if the hits paralyzed her in the pose of taking her weapon, but almost immediately she moved again, grabbing the stone with her wounded hoof. Of everything that stands, the end. Mom doesn't want me to break other ponies' toys, Mr. Blue, but if you keep using them to tease me, I'll break yours, even if I'm going to be sorry about it. Puppy looked down with her single remaining eye, sighing in frustration. Look what you did! You made me step on a black tile! I've lost the game, dumb bully bot! No safety, no surprise. The end.
I must concede you this. I've never seen a drone this resilient. Say goodbye to your power source.
Another couple of well-aimed shots hit the filly between the saddlebags and her sides. The radio crackled for a moment, seemingly dying, but it kept singing the song at a slightly lower volume.
This is not working as intended. You have no processors nor power. You should stop functioning. Please obey at least the laws of physics and stop functioning.
So it's being proven that she is flesh. She is alive. I'll never look into your eyes again. Puppy stomped a hoof against the wall while slowly moving toward the Sentinel. Her inexorable advance, revealing that she had merely been slowed down by the massive damage she had received. The pink stains on the wall seemed to evaporate and flow back toward the foal, and the missing parts of her face had already begun to reform, as if some pony were drawing it in with crayon. This regeneration didn't involve muscles regrowing or bones mending, simply color and lines filling over the holes. Stop that! I'm not doing anything wrong. Why you tease me? I'm really trying to be your friend, even if you are being a stinker and a bug. Can you picture what will be so limitless and free? What are you? The corridors were flooded with bright green light, briefly giving everything around her a faint green halo.
Oh, I see now. I was using the wrong weaponry.
The Sentinel rapidly retreated down the corridor so that the last of Puppy's missing parts finished reforming and the suit began to repair its own damage. Desperately in need of some different friend in a desperate land. This is like Puppy Smiles like Rise to the villain arc. Why was the bully bot going away now? Puppy had to find those balls. She needed some pony to show her where they were. The filly launched herself in a gallop, trying not to lose the sentry. Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a bug. Please don't leave me alone. I need the balls. Puppy entered a large hall filled with catwalks hanging from the ceiling and tables on the floor. At every table sat dead ponies and other skeletons were amassed next to the door that led to the stable exit. I'll give you all my pretty toys, please. Lost in a wilderness of pain. From the other side of the mess hall, a second, slightly larger sentry appeared carrying a single weapon, a large barrel more than 2 meters long that crackled with blue energy.
Maybe some magic will do the trick.
The gun shot, releasing a large beam of magic that completely enveloped Puppy in its cobalt light. and all the children are insane. The filly stood for a moment, her large eyes losing their unnatural pink light. She tried to open her mouth to say something, but all she could do was fall down on the floor. All the children are insane. Everything became black. Every problem seemed so distant. Mom, the ugly ghoul? Why was she even bothered? Puppy couldn't remember. Everything was so cold. All she wanted now was just rest for a moment. She was so sleepy. Who was she anyway? Uh-oh, she's forgetting. Waiting for the summer rain. The music slowly died until it was impossible to hear the song, all the lights in the helmet's HUD fading away completely. I'm sorry, did she just get evaporated? Day, not applicable. Time, not applicable. Location, not applicable. So, puppy, this is the end. Is this when we give up? The filly curled even tighter around herself. She didn't want to listen now. She only wanted to stay like that, in the dark. Finally, she didn't have to think about how far Mom was, and how hard it was to walk so much road every day, only to find another place where she wasn't. Besides, Mr. Blue was too strong. He had big bully bots that hurt her so much that she couldn't even stand up. So, why should she get up again just to get another spanking? It made no sense. It was so much better to lie down and stay put. So much better and less painful. I don't think you really want to stop here. You didn't achieve anything. Your mother is still out there, and this Mr. Blue cheated to win. Why you should let a cheetah win? Why should you let a cheetah win? It was not that Puppy let Mr. Blue win. She simply didn't want to play anymore. That was all, because Puppy knew that cheaters never win. It would have been wrong if a cheater won. Mom told her so many times. Ponies are pretty and nice, never meanie. Cheaters and evildoers never win in the end, because that's not the pony way of doing things. You have to love and tolerate. So you will love and tolerate this cheater and let him go like this? I understand, but what if some pony else, not you, came and showed this cheater that he can't win like this? Let's say, just to give him a lesson. Puppy didn't know. For sure Mr. Blue needed to learn something about friendship. Maybe if some pony was going to show him that cheating was not a way to make friends, he would change and become less of a meanie. Maybe this way Puppy could talk with him again and make that barter. Have those glass balls and find Mom. It would have been fantastic, but who could win against those bully bots with big hurting light? Puppy didn't know. Any pony strong enough to? Oh, maybe you do, little one. Open your eyes and leave the rest to me. Puppy's eyes opened wide, flaring with dark blue flames as she got to her hooves once again. Guess who's back, big bully boy? The filly's voice was different as it came from afar, echoing through a long cave.
I must have made a miscalculation. A single charge wasn't enough. Please have another.
The sentry bot, armed with the crystal cannon, took aim at Puppy, while the large barrel crackled with blue light. The filly waved a hoof in a dismissive manner, sporting an amused smile on her muzzle. Nah, I'm okay. I'm trying to lose some weight. One of the catwalks was enveloped in a dark halo and detached itself from the ceiling, striking the sentry like a gigantic arrow that cut the robot in two. Whoa, that was cool. How did you do that? Can I do it too? Huh? Soloist's voice boomed in the hall.
You think that a simple magic trick will suffice to impress me? Think again. I have a full army down here.
Creepy Pup snickered. And that's exactly where I'm going. Get ready for the spanking. This is weird.
Initiating lockdown procedure. Closing blast doors. Activate security system. Residential area on red alert. Research area on red alert. Warehouses from 1 to 12 on red alert. Workshops on red alert.
While a voice announced the status of various sections of the base, a dozen sentry guns popped from the ceiling and started firing at the little filly in the middle of the hall. To be honest, I feel like they probably should have died the moment they got hit by a blue energy blast like that. I don't know how they're still kicking. Like, her eyes literally she would be blind. Her head would literally be gel, because that would likely be the first thing that it hit. Yeah, whatever. The fool trotted toward the remains of the destroyed sentry bot, finding that the door behind it was shut. It was a heavy security door with the usual signs warning against danger depicted on it. The sentry guns kept peppering Creepy Pup with a swarm of bullets, piercing the suit almost everywhere. This lit the cloud out, a thick pink curtain of smoke filled with thin blue winding lines that danced inside it, giving it a form, giving it strength. Oops. There we go. So, I totally mustn't go down here. I always loathed orders. Oops, wrong person. The pink cloud slammed itself against the door, so I swear they are possessed right now. I swear this is like some sort of Nightmare Moon entity. Some sort of magical entity has taken over, taken control. Maybe it's Rarity and the Necronomicon for all I know. The pink cloud slammed itself against the door, apparently doing nothing until with a loud metallic screech, the heavy bulkhead began moving with the rain of sparks. An intricate network of blue lines drew strange meanders across the door while it was dragging open, crushing the plungers that should have kept it in place. That was awesome! Show me some girl power! Creepy voice, yay! Immediately behind the door, 3 sentries armed with energy cannons were waiting, already in firing position. Checkmate! Soul.OS voice disappeared into the roar of the 3 weapons. The rays hit the blast doors as it slammed shut again. Black tendrils ran down the corridor, enveloping the robots and making their weapons fizzle and explode in a big blue sphere. The door opened again. You are just a magical anomaly. Why you don't give up and disappear? Mistakes like you must be corrected. Mr. Gutsy. Can't help it. Creepy Pup snickered. Yeah, sure, corrected by an egomaniac that kills foals. I think that the one in need of a lesson is not me here. Tell him that he stinks. Tell him he's a bug. Oh, please, puppy, I'm trying to work here, snorted Creepy Pup with an annoyed expression. You have your methods, I have mine, alright? It's called personal space. This is so weird. Did somebody stick a screwdriver inside her ear and just kind of wiggle it around in there? Okay, sorry. I'll sit here and just watch, I guess. Good girl. Now where were we? All right, kicking some cold, shiny, metallic plot. Here we go. The evil kindergarten creature trotted up to a second blast door that resisted for about the same amount of time as the first had. Honestly, Creepy Pup's starting to freak me out a little bit. Warning, intruder in the engineering area. Activate heavy defenses. Soul OS, voice interrupted the automatic messages. You could be quite a powerful entity, but you still have to face Solaris Inc.'s real power anomaly. Creepy Pup frowned, trying to seem offended. Hey, didn't you hear the filly before? I am no pony. The creature snickered. Yeah, I'd better leave that line for the little one. Oh, look, larger robots. Should I be scared? Indeed. Are you familiar with the concept of railgun? A large robot as tall as a main battle tank appeared in the corridor. It sported quite a number of weapons. This has gone from okay. This has gone from a brief. This is like an anime battle now. That's all I can. I'm just gonna say it at that. It's an anime battle now. We started with our individual just kind of surrendering, then getting shot at, but now it's like their time to release their ultimate move and wipe the floor with everybody that stood in their way. Protagonist energy is off the charts. Even Little Pip couldn't manifest demons. Large robot the size as tall as a battle tank, blah blah blah, appeared in the corridor. It sported quite a number of weapons, but they were all dwarfed by the massive cannon mounted on its left side. It exploits the same principle used in Pony Meaty's project. The nightmarish filly yawned, trotting along the corridor as if the robot wasn't there. You are not even trying, are you? Look, I'd stay here all day and wait for you to gather some friends and make a real attempt, but I have an agenda. With a simple wave of a hoof, the sentinel was sent against a wall, upside down. Whoa, will you teach me that thing with the hoof? I can only make stones come and go. Half a dozen turrets showered Creepy Pup with various calibers of bullets when she crossed the workshop, heading for the mainframe. There has to be a limit of how much the child's body can physically take before it's absolutely unrecoverable. Even the Canterlot ghouls had limits. The attacks didn't even slow her, simply thickening the pink cloud that followed the pony everywhere. The foal stopped for a moment, an evil grin depicted on her muzzle. Don't you feel that something's missing? I mean, if I'm going to do this, I should at least do it by the book. Dark blue tendrils, no, it's Nightmare Moon, it's gotta be. Tendrils wormed through the pink cloud that surrounded Creepy Pup, sculpting the shapeless mass and stretching it between 2 frameworks of magic. At first their form was vague, but they quickly gained definition, becoming a pair of vast, bat-like wings that looked disturbingly like they had been woven from cotton candy. Are those wings? Are you going to fly? Are we not going to fly? We are not going to fly, right? Creepy Pup snorted. Well, duh, what do you think wings are for? The blast door that protected the mainframe room creaked and bent until it gave up, opening like its siblings. The room consisted of a large circular pit and at least 30 meters deep that surrounded a large pillar of weird-looking machinery. The entrance was at the top of the pit and headed to a narrow catwalk running all along the walls of the room. A ladder on the opposite side of the entrance led to the second catwalk about 6 meters above the first one. No, 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 no. Wait a moment. I don't want to fly. It's scary. I mean, it's not cool. Not cool at all. The blue flames in Puppy's eyes flickered while she helmet hoofed. Look, I know quite well what I am doing. Couldn't you just let me finish with this thing? Then we'll talk. Maybe no wings? Creepy Pup raised her voice at the ceiling in exasperation. All right, no wings. The leathery wings disappeared, reverting to a simple curtain of pink mist. See? Happy now? I swear, no, I keep trying to say Little Pip. It's not Little Pip. God dang. Puppy Smiles here is literally possessed by Nightmare Moon. The spirit of Nightmare Moon. Or it has to do with that pink mist crud, for all I know. Yes, thank you super much, Miss Creepy Voice. It's not that I'm scared of wings, you know, it's just that, I have no dresses to put with them. Yep, no dresses that fit, that's it. Whatever! Now let's say goodbye to this Mr. Blue. The little pony looked down the stairs and sighed. I can't believe this. Slowly she began climbing the ladders downstairs. 1 done, 5 to go. Wait! Solo West's voice boomed from the loudspeakers. I think it's just time to discuss a truce. You should have considered it before, big guy. This will teach you what happens putting yourself against mysterious, unworldly powers. Creepy Pup paused for a moment in the middle of a ladder. No, wait. This won't teach you anything. I'm removing you from the equation. I should have predicted this. I lost. Yup, too bad. It sucks to be you. Yeah, he admitted it. Now do the victory dance. It's like the puppy dance, but you have to sing. Who's the best? I'm the best. Will you do it? Yeah, we do the victory dance when I'm finished with him. Creepy Pup started climbing down the 3rd floor. What? But we already won. Meh, more or less. Sometimes winning is not enough. Crushing your enemy completely will spare you trouble later. Trust me. Hey, wait, we are not going to bully some pony who said he's sorry. Creepy Pup stopped on the catwalk, sighing. But you did the same thing in Sun City. He said he was sorry and you detonated that shell anyway. It was different. That thing destroyed only bully bots. Mr. Blue is not a bully bot, you silly filly. He's a whiny bot. Please tell me you're not serious. No, wait, you are. Very well, little Miss Imbecile. This time we make sure he won't shoot us again with magic. But he said he's sorry. He won't do it again. Yeah, her personality is being ripped apart. Yeah, sure, but we want to be just a little bit more certain about that, don't we? It's a machine anyway. It's not like any pony's going to get hurt. Mr. Voice are robots, and Questioner is a robot, and they are all my friends. Voices are not just big toys to play with. They can be pretty and nice if you want to be a friend with them. Oh, but maybe you don't want to be his friend. Why do we have to befriend an egomaniac control freak? Alright, enough fancy talking. If you don't want to be his friend, I want my turn. Yeah, sure, as if you could break a possession like the... Puppy's eyes became pink and she looked around trying to find a screen or something that seemed like it was Mr. Blueface. She just outright just took control. Just like that. Just like a movie screen. Oh, hi, excuse my friend. She can be a bit, grumpy. Wow, this was weird. Puppy could describe how she felt or where she was while she let Miss Creepy Voice do her little show, but if she was asked to describe it, it would have been a little like when you let some pony play with one of your toys, and you looked at how she uses it, you know? Not because you don't trust her, just because if she breaks the toy, then Mom will be upset, and you'll have one less toy. Puppy didn't have a lot of spacesuits. Taking it back was easy, really. After all, it was Super Puppy's spacesuit. Why she shouldn't have it back if she wanted. It was so obvious that the little filly didn't even consider the fact that breaking a demonic possession involves high magic and large rainbow blasts. If you are finished quarreling with yourself, could you please explain to me what's going on? Solo S interrupted Puppy's thinking, bringing her back to reality. Sure, what do you want to know, Mr. Blue? The filly smiled broadly and sat down to stare at the tower occupied in the middle of the pit, since there wasn't anything better to talk with. Can you start with what just happened? Yes, Creepy Voice helped me show you that cheating is not the right way to win a game. Then you said you had lost and you seemed sorry, so I told her to make the victory dance, but she wanted to bully you, so I made her stop. Oh right, I almost forgetting. People started wiggling her flanks in front of Soloist singing, who's the best? I'm the best. And just to be sure that the message was properly delivered, the fool stuck out her tongue. Bleh!
Yes, very funny, really. Excuse me if I don't laugh.
Soloist paused for a moment.
So, what now? Are you finally going away?
Puppy tapped her helmet as if it was her chin, thinking, I think I still had something to do. Hey, Mr. Voice, what were we doing down here? Actual primary quest on the list. Rolling memories. Objective. Retrieve at least 6 memory orbs from the research area of Solaris Stable. Puppy nodded wisely. Oh, right, the glass balls. Mr. Blue, now that we are friends, can I has glass balls? Puppy, please.
We are not friends. You are an intruder, and you must be removed. But since you seem to have the upper hoof, I am willing to negotiate. If you would do a little chore for me, you will have to free access to the research area, and I will let you take anything you like. Is that acceptable?
Puppy frowned. Chores. What a terrible word. I don't know. Do I have to prepare the table for dinner or take out the trash bin?
Absolutely not. I don't even want to know how you could think that I was going to ask you something like that. You will reach an abandoned, infested, and mortally dangerous area of the stable, and reactivate the communications center. When you are done, come back here and I'll guide you to the research area.
The filly in yellow nodded enthusiastically. Yay, I like pressing buttons. It's easy.
Good, then it's settled. Now, listen carefully.
All right. Things are getting interesting. N.A. Creepy Voice settled down again in the recess of Puppy's mind. She knew exactly where she failed. She had been impatient with 200 years of waiting. Impatience spoiled her victory. The full... 200 years spoiled her victory. That's Luna. That's for sure goddamn Luna. The fool was losing faith, letting herself slip away, so the voice tried to feed on her desperation, but in her hurry she made sure the mistake of giving Puppy hope. Hope for a better solution. Hope of making a new friend. Instead of feeding on Puppy's desperation, she fed Puppy's force of will, and when the fool didn't need her anymore, she was strong enough to break the domination. But the nightmarish creature wouldn't stop at first failure, now with so precious a prey in her claws. The foal had big hopes, so big that they could actually keep her power at bay. But what could happen the day those hopes crashed? The bigger you are, the harder you fall. It was just a matter of time. The little pony was drawing near to the end of the road, and the voice would be there, waiting for her. She's gonna get possessed. She's gonna get possessed by Nightmare Moon. 3 a.m. Warning, 18 hostiles detected. Threat level, beyond deadly. Immediate retreat is advised. The 3 Paradors cowered in the room's corner, biting each other in a frenzied terror. Puppy gave up trying to catch and pet one of the big scary ones because they were too fast. Now she was looking for the little ones, but even those jumped and rolled away, even hurting themselves rather than letting Puppy catch them. Oh, but what's wrong with all the pretty puppies? A pet is supposed to be all yappy and soft, not running everywhere like a crazed pet. Several skeletons of ponies and the remains of a lot of robots lay in the communications room, as is usual inside solar structures. The room was located in a high place, in this case the vertical wall of a mesa. From there, it was possible to see Rust Manor very far in the distance. Over the years, one of the reinforced windows had fallen out, and now the whole place was a Parador nest. Paradors were mutated parasprites that developed a large array of predatory features, like a big body, long teeth that secrete a very corrosive toxic substance, and a totally aggressive attitude. Paradors were also pastel-colored with large butterfly wings that made them appear to Puppy's eyes as big, celestia-tier cute living plushies. I honestly agree with that sentence. That is perfectly fair. I would probably try to pet one too. The little pony had completely forgotten her mission, and had been chasing the fearsome predators inside their nest for more than an hour, with very little success, since it seemed that the animals were scared of her to the point that a couple of very young creatures actually launched themselves down the mesa rather than letting her draw near. Puppy snorted in frustration. I just wanted to play with you, aww. Sighing, the filly went to the various control panels, trying to find the correct one that made the whole room start again, just like Mr. Blue asked her to. Red button, red button. Why they always hide important things? Hey, Mr. Voice, where's that stupid button? Scanning. Startup relay localized. Setting objective on the compass. Puppy reached a switch in the wall end. After several attempts, succeeded on pressing it. The room's lights turned on and some of the screens came to life, showing long lines of blue text. Puppy frowned. Pink was better, but if this was Mr. Blue Holmes, she had to be polite and go for the blue. Alright, all done. Now I can go. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Puppy's eyes locked on the small Parador lying on the ground immobile. A pretty butterfly that doesn't run away. The foal trotted to the Parador, picking it up in her hooves and looking at it in glee. I'll keep you, and I'll hug you, and I'll love you forever. Oh no, analyzing. Dead Parador cub, threat level none. Oh no. Oh, that's sad. Then I'll call you Fuzzy Ball. Are you happy? Puppy threw the dead creature in the air, catching it again when it came down. Yes, you are happy. Who's mommy's love? Your mommy's love. Advising, picking up dead animals is not hygienic. Puppy put the dead creature on her back and waved a hoof. Don't be jelly, Mr. Voice. I love you too. Now be kind with Fuzzy Ball. Warning, this program is not designed to be jealous. Dead animals can spread germs. Yeah, sure, you're not jealous. Gee, that filly lowered her voice. Jelly. Solo-S interrupted the suit's reply, projecting his voice from the loudspeakers in the room. Very well, D018. You did your part. I will relay the faster path for the research area to you and cease the red alert so that you can take what you were looking for. Now, please excuse me, but with the communication station online, I have a nation to conquer. Have a nice day, but please leave the stable as soon as you finish rummaging in the laboratories. I have a nation to conquer. I have big plans for this city, boys. Very, very big plans. When Puppy appeared from the cave, Molten Gold was sitting in front of a campfire playing the harmonica. He noticed the foal almost immediately getting up and moving towards her. You took your time. Did you find the orbs? Puppy smiled merrily and declared, Glass balls! A dozen memory orbs floated out of her saddlebags. Are they enough? Now you tell me where my mom is. Please, please, please? The old mummified ghoul waved a hoof. Wait just a moment. Let me check these. Then we'll talk about business. Molten took one of the orbs and nodded, then carefully inspected all the others. Yes, these are good. I think that I can. The ghoul was in the middle of his sentence. Hey, why are you carrying a dead Parador on your back? The filly in yellow smiled and moved a little so that the ghoul could take a better look at the dead critter. Do you like her? She's Fuzzy Ball. I've got a pet. I always wanted a pet. We will do everything together, like chasing butterflies, having slumber parties, teasing the cults, and cooking pancakes. Molten Gold cocked his head. But it's dead. Throw that thing away. What? But Fuzzy Ball is my pet. I can't abandon her. When I find Mom, she'll immediately love her and it will be wonderful. Puppy smiled, recalling the deal. Right? Where is my mom? The ghoul snickers. As you wish, little ghost. You did your part, I'll do mine. The last time I saw Miss Rainy Days was a couple of months ago after the apocalypse. She was in Ivory Tower organizing the survivors. A couple months after the apocalypse. She might be a ghoul. She might be a ghoul. A couple months is a long time. I saw Miss Rainy Days was a couple months after the apocalypse. The dinging sound came from the suit, informing Puppy that the primary objective had changed. New destination, Ivory Tower. Objective designated as primary target, displaying on compass. Yay, new adventure for Space Captain Andromeda. Bang, boom, straight to the moon, and the filly was already running away when the ghoul grabbed her tail. Wait, Ivory Tower is not a place for fools. It's a Steel Ranger's outpost nowadays. It's been too hot. Molten's eyes met Puppy's, and he knew. He saw that hope and that incredible faith that everything was still going to end well. Fuck, how can I tell her that? But when she finds out, no, not your problem, Molten. She asked, you replied, the deal is over. Let her go her way and don't look back. Yes, Mr. Ugly Gold? Puppy was still waiting for him to finish the sentence. Molten Gold looked away, muttering the last words. Just try not to make them mad. They don't like those like you and me. Good luck, little ghost. Thank you, Mr. Mummy. When I find Mom, I'll tell her that you were nice with me. Bye-bye. The filly merrily trotted away. And throw away that dead thing. It's nauseating. I can hear you. La 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 la. Puppy Smiles disappeared behind some rocks, leaving the old ghoul alone with his newfound treasure. Molten Gold sighed. looked at the orbs, putting them away in his saddlebags. Don't look back, old mummy. Don't look back. 7 a.m., north of Ivory Tower.
Good morning, fellas and genitals. This is Lonesome Pony, and you're listening to Radio 52, the only radio that works around these parts. Let me begin this part of the news with a big thanks to all the ponies with a radio transmitter out there that constantly keep me informed about the Big 52. I love you guys. I'd crumble and fall without your help. Every pony listen to this. Radio 52 is blind if you don't tell me what's going on, and I'm the one who warns ponies about the dangers along the route, days before the word spreads by itself. These radio amateurs are the real guardians of the Big 52, so if you meet them, toss in a good deal, because if your caravan is in town, safe and intact, it could be their merit. And now, the real news. Let's see, what do we have today from the longest route? It seems that after Sun City civil war is spreading like fire along the route, from the last information I got, what seemed like some sort of ideological quarrel became all-out war between two factions inside the Steel Rangers. Some Rangers think that they should keep going as protectors of the old tech, while another group thinks that they should go out and use that tech to save ponies. Problem is that at the moment both factions are mowing lives in their battle. The technologists and this other group, I think they called themselves, after the head of that old ministry, Applejack, are setting Ivory Tower on fire. So again, guess what? Avoid Ivory Tower and its surroundings at all costs, if you don't want to be assaulted and robbed by a group of heavily armed ponies that fight another useless holy war. I repeat, avoid Ivory Tower. Go back to Russ Manor or Broccoli, and wait for the situation to settle down. I heard that Mr. White in Salt Cube City is organizing a company of mercenaries to occupy the area surrounding Sun City and secure the route from downtown to Russ Manor, seemingly all for free. I guess that means that the White Apples are aiming for their slice of cake in the newly free town. I have just one thing to say to Mr. White. Remember that tiny ghost that saved your plot from a mega spell in that city. There aren't only on ponies, but also fools and ponies that didn't ask for war. So please, tell you guys to think twice before they pull the trigger. Okie dokie?
A dense pillar of black smoke rose from the horizon while the echoes of explosions died in the distance. Puppy trotted merrily, following the pink arrow on her compass and at last getting her hooves back on Route 52's asphalt pavement. Deploying her folded scooter, she jumped on and zoomed away toward the next war zone. The roads are the dustiest, the winds are the gustiest, the gates are the rustiest, the pies are the crustiest, the songs the lustiest, and the friends the trustiest. Way back home. Footnote level up. 11. New perk added. Stonewall. You are much less likely to be knocked down in combat. New quest perk added. Trotting Nightmare rank 2. You have seen the darkness beyond the moon. Now you can shape the toxic clouds surrounding you. I don't like that rhyme. You can see the darkness beyond the moon. Now you can shape the toxic clouds surrounding you. Ooh. Maybe it didn't rhyme as much as I thought, but still. That's not good. It's not good. That's not good. That's a bad thing. That's bad energy. I swear to God, that's Luna. I can't pinpoint anything without a name. Miss Creepy Voice, the purple little strand in the hair, the nightmare, asterisk, quote unquote. It has to be Luna. It has to be the embodiment of Nightmare Moon. There is no way it can't. But why this child? Why the child? Why this little thing? Honestly, you know, every time I look at this, pardon me. Every time I look at this image, I can only imagine that Puppy Smiles here looks 10 times more unhealthy than they do outside. Like, to me, she's mostly like a corpse. Like, in my eyes, most of this pink cloud crud is probably filling up this little helmet here. And that there's like, her flesh is all melted and crud and stuff like that. She's got like, sometimes I think she's got red eyes, like some creepypasta type of energy from little pink eyes here. Little devil. That's just my thought though. But yeah, folks, I hope you all enjoyed this part. Give me some comments down below. Tell me what you think of the story so far. What do you think's going to happen in the next part? And as always, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.